osteoblast. Yes. Close up, canaliculi, the lacunae. Yeah. Remember, this was the longitudinal section, and these are osteons, and these are the blood vessels, so the osteon would be around that blood vessel, the whole length of it. Okay, so compact bone still, of course. And this is spongy bone, okay. And what do we find in the hollow spaces? Marrow, okay. We'll get more specific on that later, too. Alright, tissue. What? Don't call it striated, because as part of its name, there are two that are striated. So then what do? You're stuck. What is it? It is skeletal muscle. That's its name, skeletal muscle. Don't put striated into the name of it, because that's not correct. Two of them are striated. Who else is striated? Cardiac muscle. Okay, so striated is just a description of those stripes that it has as a characteristic, but that's not its name. All right, so skeletal muscle, what kind of control? Voluntary. Many nuclei, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, never mind. I haven't told you that yet, so I'll save it for later. All right, what's happening here? Name the tissues, name what's going on. Axon or neuron or nerve, I'll accept any of those. Doing what? Well, stimulating what kind of tissue? Skeletal muscle, okay. Yep. Spindle-shaped cells, one nucleus, so they are smooth muscle cells. They've been teased apart so you can see what the cells look like. Do they have striations? No. What kind of control?
Involuntary.
Where would you find them? In the wall of a hollow organ, or name one if you wish, in the wall of the intestine or something like that. Okay, the small intestine, these are all those little folds. This is very low magnification, and this is a villus, and it's covered with what lines the small intestine? Well, we can take it in stages. Simple columnar. What kind of simple columnar? Non-ciliated simple columnar. Lines the most of the digestive tract, except the esophagus, which is lined with, anybody remember? Lines the esophagus. You're eating popcorn. I don't hear it. Stratified squamous epithelium. That scratchy popcorn has to go down. I'm going to scrape off cells to bedrock, so stratified squamous. There's a really neat picture we'll see later in your book where it shows the abrupt, it's a micrograph of that junction between the esophagus and the stomach. It's just an abrupt change. You've got this real thick, and then it just goes twink like that, and then it's simple columnar from then on. All right, so what kind of tissue is all this? Okay, and how about out here? Smooth muscle, yeah, you got a muscle in the wall. Okay. Tissue?
Cardiac muscle.
What do we call those dark lines?
Intercalated disc.
Intercalated discs. Is it striated or not? Control.
Involuntary.
Okay. And there's our object lesson. What is it? Cardiac muscle. Is it striated? Who knows? Yes, it is. But you can't tell from that crummy slide. Yeah. Well, that was sort of the fibrocartilage they sent me. Was, you know, you couldn't tell what it was, so I didn't explain it for you. What do we call that? A neuron. What's this area called?
Cell body.
And if this is bringing in information, what is it called? Dendrite. If it's taking out information, what is it called? Okay. What are these little guys? Okay, what do they do? Help the neuron. At this point, there's a little long list what they do. What is the name of for the material that's wrapping this whole thing? What is it called?
Deep fascia.
Which kind of fascia? Deep fascia. There's a superficial, which is the areolar connective tissue under the skin. We haven't finished the skin yet, so we'll get into that tomorrow. But anyway, deep fascia, and do you remember what tissue makes deep fascia? It's regular connective tissue. Wraps and straps. All right, what is this? A nerve. You say a neuron, I'll say a great many. And they're only the axons anyway. Okay, so these are all little nerves bundled up, all with deep fascia, and then they are making up a big nerve. Right, now what is the black stuff that's stained here? The myelin sheath is what's stained. So what's inside? Huh? Axon, yeah. Okay. Another picture of what's happening. Nerve stimulating skeletal muscle. Yep. Alright, what do we call this area? Huh? Epidermis. Yes, we're obviously at the skin. These are the little dermal papillae, which you will learn about tomorrow. But okay, and in the papilla, what is this structure?
Meissner's corpuscle.
Yeah, Meissner's corpuscle. What's its function? Detecting light touch, yeah. What's this funny looking nest?
Hair follicle.
Hair follicle. What's this? The hair shaft. Yeah, know the difference. No, been there, done that. What organ are we in? You sure you can spell it? I get some weird spellings on that word. And what kind of tissue is covering it? Stratified squamous. This whole structure is called a papilla. Yeah. And then down in the cracks here, we're gonna see, what are these little guys? Taste buds. Okay, and then we look at them up close and personal. And here's the crack between two papillae, and these little oval things, look like vases on their side or whatever, are the taste buds. Some of them anyway. Okay. What kind of cells would we call these? What's the name for them? Acinar. Don't put an S in there, but that's what you remember you rest your acinar on. But the nice soft little pillows. But no S, it's a C. Acinar cells.